The Kybalion, Chapter 5. The Mental Universe Explained. Welcome back, traveler of the inner and outer worlds. Today, we journey into one of the most powerful and provocative teachings of Hermetic philosophy. Chapter 5 of the Kybalion is titled The Mental Universe, and its core message is simple, but cosmic in its implications. The universe is mental. Everything you perceive, everything you experience, every vibration, object, dimension, star, atom, and thought, all of it arises within a vast, infinite mind. Not your mind, not mine, but the mind of the All. Let's begin by anchoring this principle. The first Hermetic axiom is this: all is mind. The universe is mental. This idea doesn't mean the universe is imaginary. It doesn't mean it's fake or made up. It means that reality itself is shaped and sustained by consciousness, by intelligence, by awareness. In this worldview, the physical universe isn't the foundation of existence. It is the effect, not the cause. The cause is mental. In modern terms, we might say that the universe is a thought in the mind of God, or, if you prefer, a dream within infinite consciousness. This teaching echoes through every esoteric tradition in Buddhism. The world is described as illusion, Maya, shaped by our mind. In Hinduism, all creation emerges from the dream of Brahman, the unmanifest one. In Gnostic thought, the world is formed through thought, emanations from the divine source, and in Hermeticism, the universe is mental, shaped by the All, which is beyond name, form, and dimension. Now, what is the All? The Kybalion says the All must be infinite, eternal, and unknowable in its essence. It is beyond comprehension. It is not a person. But it is not unconscious either. It is pure being. It is spirit, not matter, and spirit, in Hermetic terms, is life, energy, intelligence. And will so the All is not matter creating mind. It is mind creating matter. And if the universe is mental in nature, it means that matter, energy, space, and time are like thoughts in the mind of this infinite being. This is the foundation of Hermetic cosmology. Everything is mental. Everything is mind. Even what we think of as physical reality is really a dense condensation of thought, a dream with laws, a mental projection with structure and continuity. But still, a thought. This idea changes everything. Because if the universe is mental, then everything in it is connected through consciousness. Everything is alive. Everything is in communication. Everything is subject to change through vibration and will. Let's go deeper. The Kybalion tells us that the universe is a mental creation of the All, subject to the laws of created things. That means while the All is absolute and eternal, the universe is not. It has a beginning, it has a rhythm, it has cycles, and just as the dream of a dreamer can shift and morph, so too can reality, especially when shaped by the mind of the one experiencing it. Now here's the key. If everything exists within mind, then you, too, are a part of that. Mind, you are not separate from it. Your consciousness is a spark within the greater consciousness of the All. You are both the created and the creator, and so is everyone else. This is what the mystics meant when they said, I and the Father are one. This is what Hermeticists mean when they say, the All is within all. You are in the universe, and the universe is in you. This is not just poetic, it is a metaphysical reality. And once you understand this, it opens the door to power, because now you understand that your thoughts are not small. They are not confined to your brain. They are vibrations rippling through the mental substance of the universe. They have form, they have force. They attract, they shape, they create. This is the hidden key behind the so-called law of attraction. Though the Kybalion goes far beyond that surface-level interpretation, this is about mental transmutation, the power to change reality by changing the frequency of your own mind. We'll go deeper into that in later chapters. But here, in Chapter 5, the seed is planted. The entire universe, from the highest star to the lowest grain of sand, is mental in nature, and therefore everything is moldable, everything is connected, and everything can be known through mind. Let's pause for a moment, breathe, look around you, feel the texture of your own consciousness, the awareness that sees, hears, feels, and thinks. That awareness, is the thread connecting you to the all. That awareness is not limited to your body or your personality. It is the field in which your identity arises, and it is the field in which the stars rise and fall. When you realize this, truly, you begin to awaken. You begin to remember that reality is not something happening to you. It is something happening through you. You are not just a human trying to survive in a dead universe. You are a conscious being, participating in the dream of the infinite. And the more you harmonize your thoughts with the truth, the more power you reclaim. Because to understand that the universe is mental is to understand that everything begins in mind. And if everything begins in mind, then mind is the master key. Your thoughts matter. Your inner world matters. What you focus on expands. What you believe, you reinforce. What you fear, you invite. And what you love, you awaken. This is not magical thinking. It is metaphysical law, and this is the essence of Chapter 5 now. Let's address the skeptics. Someone may ask, if the universe is mental, why does it feel so physical? Why do we experience pain, limits, death? The Kybalion answers this with humility. We are not the all. We are expressions of it. Our perspective is limited. We are sparks of the divine mind, experiencing creation from a point of view. But the deeper we meditate, the more we quiet the noise, the more clearly we perceive the truth, that the physical world is not the ultimate reality. It is a manifestation of a deeper, subtler, more intelligent order. And when we align our consciousness with that higher order, we begin to experience flow, synchronicity, clarity, and peace. That is the gift of this teaching. It is not just philosophy. It is a spiritual technology. It invites you to test it, to observe your own thoughts, to take responsibility for your mind, to become an alchemist of your own experience. The mental universe is not just a chapter title. It is a declaration of truth, and it invites you to explore what it means, not just intellectually, but spiritually, energetically, emotionally. The more you recognize that the universe is mental, the more you awaken to your true role, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a co-creator of reality. That's the power hidden in Chapter 5, and it only gets deeper from here. We left off with a powerful revelation that you are not separate from the universe, that your consciousness is an extension of a greater mind, the infinite mind of the all, and that everything in existence is made of that same mental substance. This is not just poetic mysticism. This is the foundation of Hermetic metaphysics. Let's explore it even deeper now in our everyday lives. We often believe in separation. You are here, the world is out there, thoughts are inside, reality is external. But in Hermetic philosophy, this duality is only an illusion. There is no outside and inside. There is only mind. What you perceive as external is simply an expression of internal principles playing out on the stage of consciousness. All things are connected through the medium of mental vibration. This is why the Hermetic master does not fear change, does not resist reality, because the master understands all of this is happening within mind. From this view, life is not a prison, it's a school, a temple, a dream with meaning, because the dreamer is divine. Now, let's bring this to a more practical level. If the universe is mental, that means your state of mind is not passive. It's generative. It radiates. It attracts. It impresses itself onto the mental fabric of the universe, like a stylus on wax. Your beliefs form patterns. Your emotions set frequencies. Your attention acts like a lens, magnifying whatever you focus on in a mental universe. The inner creates the outer dot, so the great spiritual work begins within. This is why Hermeticism emphasizes self-mastery, not control over others. Because when you master your own mental world, the outer world begins to align with it. Not always instantly, but subtly, powerfully, inevitably. And this is not the same as fantasy or magical thinking. It is the law of vibration, acting through the medium of mind. A good Hermetic student doesn't deny reality. They shape it. They observe the field of experience as a mirror, showing them what they are thinking, feeling, believing, and vibrating, and they adjust. They transmute. This is the work of the inner alchemist. And it all begins with the principle from this chapter. The universe is mental. Everything begins in mind. Every world, every action, every manifestation, all of it starts in the invisible realm of thought. Now, the Kybalion also teaches us something subtle and important. Even though the all is infinite and unknowable in essence, it is not unconscious. It is not passive. It is pure being, pure awareness, pure intelligence. But this intelligence operates according to law, not chaos, not randomness. And so the mental universe is structured. It has order. It is ruled by cause and effect, by polarity, by rhythm, by vibration. The Hermetic teachings don't ask you to reject science. They go deeper than science. They tell you the reason scientific laws exist is because the universe is a structured thought. It is intelligence in action. When you begin to understand this, really feel it, the way you move through life begins to change. You no longer look at challenges the same way. You no longer feel like a powerless victim of fate. You begin to see that life is responding to you. Your thoughts, your energy, your choices, these shape your world far more than external conditions. And that's not just empowering, it's liberating. But there's also responsibility here, because if the universe is mental, and we are mental beings inside it, that means we are shaping not just our own experiences, but contributing to the collective dream. So what are you feeding into that dream? Fear, greed, judgment? Or are you offering clarity, compassion, consciousness? This is why the true Hermetic path isn't about escaping the world. It's about refining it, bringing divine mind into form, turning shadow into light, ignorance into wisdom, fragmentation into unity. And all of that begins in mind. Let's return now to the image used in the chapter. The Kybalion suggests that the all creates the universe through a process we might compare to dreaming or imaging. This metaphor is intentional because just as you can dream up entire worlds while sleeping, filled with color, sound, emotion, and logic, so too does the all create entire dimensions through mental projection. But unlike your personal dreams, which are often unstable and chaotic, the dream of the all is governed by perfect law. And within that dream, we, you and I, exist as living thought forms, not puppets, but sparks of the same flame. We are not separate from the all, though we may forget we are not masters of the universe, but we are co-creators within it. And our role is not to conquer reality, but to awaken within it. This is the great work. To realize that the universe is mental is to realize that it is also moldable, that reality can shift, that even the most fixed appearances are impermanent. Even death is not the end, but a doorway. In the mind of the all, now hear something powerful. When you look up at the stars, when you listen to your heartbeat, when you close your eyes and imagine, you are interfacing with the same mental field that gave rise to suns and galaxies. The same field that shaped mountains and oceans is moving through you right now. As breath, as thought, as life itself. You are not an outsider looking in. You are a dream character who can become lucid. And that is the beginning of transformation. To realize that mind is the matrix of matter is to unlock the sacred technology of manifestation. To realize that consciousness is the ground of being is to dissolve the illusion of separation. To realize that thought is creative is to begin creating consciously. This is why all true spiritual paths emphasize awareness, meditation, mindfulness, and contemplation. Because through these practices, you begin to loosen your attachment to the illusion that the world is solid, external, and fixed. And you begin to realize that it is fluid, reflective, alive, and, most importantly, responsive. Now, let's talk about the shadow side of this, because understanding that the universe is mental also reveals a danger, the danger of unconscious creation. If your thoughts are creative, and you are not aware of your thoughts, then you may be creating suffering without realizing it. The chaos of the world is not proof that the mental universe is false. It is proof that we have forgotten how to use our minds. We have given our mental power over to fear, to programming, to survival instinct and social conditioning. And so the world becomes a reflection of unconscious belief. But here's the good news. The moment you begin to observe your own mind, truly observe it, you begin to reclaim that power. You step out of reaction. You step into authorship. You become the lucid dreamer. You stop feeding the illusion and start feeding the truth. And what is that truth? That you are not a thing inside a world. You are consciousness having an experience. And the more you awaken that consciousness, the more the world around you begins to shift. Because it was never separate to begin with. If this chapter awakens something in you, speak it, live it, let it rise. You are not just learning this, you are remembering it.